Hey, aloha. Welcome, destination changemakers. Happy Aloha Friday to you, wherever you're at in the world. Thank you for joining me live here. And if you're watching this replay in our Facebook group for Destination Influencers, thank you for spending your time and energy. And if you're new to our community, hey, we welcome you here. You know, we are a culture of progress, helping you make an impact at your vacation destination wherever you are at in the world. My name is Wendy Jae, and I am here for you every Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for 10 minutes. It's either myself or my business partner and husband, David Tucker, or both of us, bringing you full-on travel marketing expertise and a lot of David and Wendy energy. And today, I really want to dive into a topic that's helped our clients really boost their bookings by 25%. But before I do, if you don't know who we are, Dave and I have combined 40 plus years of travel marketing expertise into helping destination leaders overcome their challenges that they may be facing to emerge stronger than ever before. We've worked with hundreds of travel companies, from hotels, resorts, vacation properties, boutique inns, organizations that have all of these put together, and really helping them accomplish the three big R's: relationships, reputation, and revenue. And I ended up going down this rabbit hole of learning how to turn boring text reviews into video magic, because our clients wanted to onboard this strategy to see where it would go. So I have spent a lot of time working out there, building a framework and having them use it to kind of dial in actually what works. So I'm excited to share this topic with you and dive right into it. But before I do, we have a very short amount of time here with you. I'm going to be giving you our free video guest review blueprint. It's going to have a bunch of really cool templates at the end of this live. And I'm also going to be inviting you to a really cool boot camp that I'm hosting on December 9th. So stay tuned for that. But let's talk about why video guest reviews and why user-generated content. You know, user-generated content, especially for our travel marketing niche here, is one of the best assets we could be using, right? I mean, this is a power play for us, because when we see someone else's video at a destination, we get the feeling of what it could be like to be there, right? And that drives direct bookings, because it's hosted from your channels, your vacation destination channel. So, hey, vacation marketers, this is a message for you. If you're moving into 2022 and you have not onboarded this strategy, I highly recommend to get on board. And there is an easy way to do this. Again, when I started down this rabbit hole of figuring all of this out, I went through a lot of questions. Questions like, what tools do I use? How can I get these? What's the collection process? Do I need to edit them? How do I distribute them? How often do I need to do it? I have the answer to all of those questions. And I want to dive right into a 9-step framework that can help you get this done and help you implement on how to do this. So I'm going to show you the framework, and then I'm going to talk about each one of these so that you have an idea of how you can implement it in your video marketing strategy. So I'm going to do a screen share with you and share with you. We're just going to go through each one. And here we go. Hopefully everyone can see this. So number one in this framework, this is the 9-step framework I'm going to share with you. So let's go through each one. Number one, we want to determine our incentive. And that is so important. And the incentive really needs to make sense for your resort, your hotel, your vacation property. So maybe it's a $50 Amazon gift card. Great. But it might make sense if you're a boutique hotel that's more for romantic couples to offer maybe a dinner out or a one-night free stay for this guest review. Remember, the guest review is an asset. So you want to share with your guest how important it is and for their time and energy that they're going to create this for you. So to show them that, you want to offer them a gift in trade. Okay, that's why I say determine your incentive right up front. We want to determine that incentive right up front. we also want to make sure we can budget for it. So don't go crazy, budget for it and be realistic with what you can do, especially if you're small and you only have 5 or 10 properties or less. Even if you're bigger, you want to test this out and watch engagement. So that's number 1. Number 2, we want to determine the number of guest reviews to generate, right? Number 2, determine the number of guest reviews to generate. The reason I say that is because you don't want to push this out to your list of 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, because you need to make sure whoever's managing this has the system and process down to actually handle this professionally, to handle this in an organized fashion. We don't want to push this out, get all those reviews and not be able to use them, right? We want to make sure we're going through the process. So it's really important to make sure you determine the amount of guests. Now, I have a formula that I say start with 10. Excuse me. Start with 10 reviews. And there's a reason to start with 10. 20 is great, 50 is great, 100, all of those are great, but start with 10, okay? I'm gonna move on because I wanna quickly wrap this up for everybody. Number 3 is we wanna create a review landing page. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. One, there's a do-it-yourself landing page to collect the reviews on your website with your domain name that you build, your website developer builds, and you can collect everything there. Number 2, you can use a tool to either embed the collection process or use the tool's landing page to collect for you. So there are ways to do this. Let me share with you though, what it looks like for if you wanted to do it and do it yourself. So this is what it looks like if you wanted to, as an example, it's just a mock-up, just an example of what it looks like to have a landing page that has the incentive up here and then the messaging here and then where they're going to submit it and maybe a video about it and then other user-generated videos, right? User-generated videos, reviews. So the reason this page is more than just about a collection page is because we have to guide our guests what we want. We don't want them to send us a bad video. So in order to do that, we want to give them the steps, right? This is their guideline. We want a 3-minute long video with a headshot from the waist up, very good sound, not a lot of background noise, on a blank wall, whatever your guidelines are at your destination that makes sense, okay? We also want the guests to do this while they're on vacation. It's crazy how busy we all get while we're on vacation. And it is great to have the guest review when they're back home, but it's 1,000 times more powerful to actually have it from the destination. So in the guidelines here, we want to write up like this incentive is only good while you are on our property, while you are staying with us. We'd appreciate this 3-minute video guest review. So all of these details need to be inside this template, okay? So that is number 3. Number 4, I want to move on to email campaign. And it's not just an email campaign. It's more than that. Definitely you want to have your campaign built out to invite these particular number of guests to go through the process of the video guest reviews. But at the same time, you could hand out a postcard in the room. You could leave a business card in the room. You could verbally message them when they arrive for check-in. You could text them and that be a message on the SMS that you're doing a current promotion right now and you would love to collect their video review while they're on property. And for that, they get X. Okay, so building a campaign is a powerhouse. And guess what? I have that mock-up that I just showed you, and I have the email campaign written and ready to go for you. If you want it today, you can dive in and grab it. I'm going to share with you a link to get that today. So moving through quickly here, number 5, you want to segment your email list, right? Like I said at the beginning, we don't want to send this to everybody. We want to get our system down and make it organized. So make sure you segment your email list and only choose the people that are going to benefit you right now to get this organized. Like I said, there's a reason I choose 10, and I'll share that with you at the end of this. So segment your email list is number 5. Number 6, it's time to launch the review. So you've done everything up to 5. It's time to launch the review. You've got the incentive, you've determined the guests, you've got your collection page, you've segmented your list, and you've got your email campaign. Remember, your email campaign is your messaging highway to grab everybody and funnel them into this campaign, right? This strategy. So now we've launched the review campaign, and we're going to move to number 7 in this framework, review and respond. Very important that we continue to communicate. So somebody on your team needs to be managing this whole system. It doesn't take a lot of time. Getting it set up will take you the most time. Responding and reviewing the videos and making sure that guest receives their incentive will be the customer service side. Someone needs to review the videos. The thing here is, if they didn't follow the guidelines and you receive a video back that's not great, that you don't love, that didn't really make sense to the guidelines that you set up, they cannot get the incentive. If it does, great, email them back, let them know. Fabulous. Thank you so much for, here's your incentive, however you're delivering that. So just make sure that the review and responding is very high customer service, and you want to make sure you stay on top of it in a positive way. So that's really important. You want to be clear about that on that landing page, your collection page, and how you're going to collect those reviews. So that's number 7. Number 8 is post-production and distribution. There are 5 channels that you can distribute this to out in social that I highly recommend, and then 2 local channels, which is going to be your website and your blog, right? So website front and center, man, get these video reviews on your website in the front page, and then also on the blog page. The 5 social channels I highly recommend getting those out there will be Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, and the big search engine, YouTube. We definitely want to make sure we are compiling all those videos into one video and distributing it out there on YouTube. So very, very positive and powerful when you can get your distribution right. And then number 9 is repeat as necessary. And that's it. This is a toggle on, toggle off. And the reason I say that is because you can go through this as your season peaks and as it goes through its waves. So if you have a peak season, you're like, hey, we need to ramp up the video reviews. They're kind of old, getting a little stale. Would like to get some new fresh ones. Launch it at peak season, you know? And then work through them to get them into your system and right there on their asset. So that is all I want to cover for the framework, because I have gone way over my 10 minutes. And I want to share with you one more thing, because I want you to all grab this, which is the video guest review blueprint to get started right away. So I'm going to share this with you right now. And here's the page where you can go download this video guest review blueprint. And let me show you what it looks like inside. If I can get my computer here working. Okay, so this is what it looks like, the video guest review blueprint. So you're going to grab this PDF, and it's going to walk you through the steps and head on down, follow the steps accordingly. It's everything I just talked about in detail. And then at the bottom, make sure you grab your templates. That's going to have your framework, the mock-up, the designs, the postcards, the email campaign, all done for you. So you just have to put your branding on it, right? So those are the templates ready to go. And then, hey, if you want to join David and I and really make an impact at your destination, I encourage you to click the pink button and head on over to our Destination Influencers, Destination Changemakers Facebook group. This is where we're going to be launching our bootcamp workshops, and we'd love to see you there. Lastly, I just want to say, have a great weekend. But before I sign off, I want to invite you, if you're interested, to really make a deep dive into video guest reviews and learning how to do this, and you don't want to go through the trial and error of learning all the tools that are available, I can guide you in that process. I definitely know what works, and actually what works for the niche of travel marketing for vacation marketers. So join me at that bootcamp. If you're interested, send me a DM on whatever channel you are watching this live on, because I would love for you to make sure you're on the list to get inside. So the final pieces are coming together this week, and we'll be pushing that out there live. So we'd love for you to join us if you're interested. Thank you so much. I hope this has helped just give you an idea that this is possible, that you can do this, that This is the wave of the future for 2022 and beyond by using video. And when you can create a system and get a really great strategy like this in your video marketing plan, it's going to skyrocket your direct bookings. So thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you guys. Have an amazing weekend ahead. See y'all next week. Aloha.